What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode here at the Nerd Castle of Expeditions Conquistador. So anyways, we had completed our goal, well, kind of. We came out and inspected this location, which the guard captain had said was where the enemy camp was. And so, additionally, we beat up some pirates, always a good thing to do, especially if you're on the ninja side of the fence. Like, ninjas and pirates, they have like an internet rivalry. If you've never heard about it, you can just check it out. Believe me, it exists. But anyways, we can camp now. And so I need to assign people to do stuff. So people do stuff. I wish it was that easy. Like, do forth the stuff. And so let's put up a lot of hunters because the hunt difficulty's tough. Guard difficulty's easy, which is good. But we're not going to be able to patrol so easily. How far along is he with the tinkering? Oh, good. We're within maybe, looks like 12 days of getting our cart level 2, which is actually our first major passive upgrade. And so Isabella is chopping firewood for tonight's campfire. When we pass by her, she pauses and folds her hands on top of the axe. Buenas tardes, Captain. Capitan, anyways, if I wanted to pronounce things correctly. I was converting instantaneously. And buenas tardes, Isabella. How are you settling into the company? And she says she feels like one of us. We'll ask her why she decided to join us. And she says she joined for the same reason she joined Noriega's company, so she can make a difference, learn to take care of herself, and trailing off, I don't know. Follow in your father's footsteps. She says her father wasn't a military man. She wants to fight the rebels. I don't know if they even understand, but they're tearing Hispaniola apart. I thought I could fight the rebels with Noriega, but he's terrified to send his troops out of Santo Domingo anymore. Weenie. We got like 4 guys and we're like totally steamrolling everybody, whereas you want to make peace with the rebels. And she says that's her greatest ambition. The Taino see her as Spanish, the Spanish see her as Taino, and if they would see each other in the light of friendship rather than mistrust, it would be good for everyone. And so, how would you deal with the rebels? She says she would kill them. Her bluntness takes us back. She would not enjoy it, but it must be done. The rebels sow dissent among the Taino, who are peaceful by nature, and they exploit the black slaves. I'm not going to say that word. Nope. They exploit the slaves we brought here, and they kill innocent people and burn down Taino huts and Spanish houses alike. They claim to fight for freedom and justice, and they have their own petty interests at heart. How can you be so sure? Their cruelty betrays them. And I suppose, yeah, thanks for the talk. I never liked these talks really in Mount & Blade either. I found myself just being like, okay, you're an AI companion. I don't care about your life. But maybe I'm just an asshole. I don't know. And so we're going to camp for the evening, and I think we're probably going to have better luck here. It's good. Bear this in mind. It can actually be quite beneficial for you to commit to memory where the best hunting grounds are. Just a little factoid that I would say to consider. And I like to keep an eye on things, but those are usually best. The tinkering tasks, oh good, our hunting party was a failure. That's fine, we've got loads of resources, so we'll head back to camp and we'll tell Leandra that there was nothing at the site that she gave us. Treasure? Oh, I gotta go all the way around, never mind, it's fine. Shiny things, you know how it goes. And so we will camp again, and we had to lean on our rations a tad, but we got 11 meat for today, so we're good. Everything else, oh, they stole our metal, but then again, we don't use the metal that often. Oh, what was that? And so heading back through the narrow mountain path, the steep cliffs drop off to either side of us. We're surprised to encounter a group of rugged-looking soldiers from Leandra's company, blocking the path ahead of you. Oh, no. A man stands a few steps in front of his fellows, waiting for us to approach. A tall man with a high forehead and a strange slouch in his posture. And we'll ride within earshot. We hold our positions, and we cautiously ride closer. When we're in shouting range, he says, El Gato del Splatter, in the flesh, fearless conquistador of Hispaniola. Your people are fewer than Leandra warned us of. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Blasco Bioran. And so, we are enough to deal with any threat. We're going to be manly about this. We're going to be like, come at me, bro. And so, I see that you lack numerical superiority. You amply make up for in confidence. And then he laughs fakely at us. That's fine. We'll see who's smirking. And we'll tell him this doesn't have to turn ugly. We're all brothers in Spain. We'll try the diplomacy route. We fight for Spain no longer, he says. Lay down your arms, we will treat you like prisoners of war. Resist, and we will have no survivors. Diplomacy. We may not have the same ideals, but we are all Spaniards, brothers and sisters. We should not spill each other's blood like savages. Your words come out flatter than you intended, and without the kind of passion you had hoped. Ah, well, they murmur a bit among themselves, but it looks like this is going to happen. You can be a weakling and order your troops to stay back and cover your retreat, but forget that. We're going straight into this one. fisticuffs at noon. I don't know why fisticuffs would be best engaged in at noon, but for whatever reason, fisticuffs at noon seem as though that's the best time to use fists. That's the best time to fight with your fists, right? You can see really well, you got good line of sight, but we've got 2 hunters, 2 fighters, and a scout. Oh, 3 fighters and a scout. That'll be fine. That'll work out fine, just fine, just fine. And so we'll go into combat. Now, we can lay down traps. We've got a preparation phase. I'm going to put down barricades right there, I think. And so we've put a barricade in. And honestly, we're just going to see where the fight goes. We are outnumbered. We are severely outnumbered, to be honest. But it'll be okay. If we can work this out anyways. I mean, death comes for everybody, I guess. So, you know, why be terrified? You, what are you? Oh, she's got a halberd, okay. Or he, she, it. He, she, it, we, they. And so we will bring our arquebusiers. Oh, our arquebusiers can shoot. Unfortunately, I've got a feeling they're probably going to miss. That's a reasonably ranged shot. Yeah, 32% accuracy on those shots. So it's worth it just to try. It's also worth it to know that they'll probably not be able to return fire if I get up against this rock. So we'll see what happens. And they miss with a ranged attack. That one looks like they're just going to put on the hustle and come down at us. Hopefully they'll split their force. If they split their force, I'll be okay. Okay, good. Awesome. They're doing a really, really dumb thing right now. And so that's going to buy me some time, I think. If I can wipe out the guys on the right before this group on the left arrives. That was a horrible misstep for them, so... Actually, it looks like they may be trying to turn that direction. That's fine. Whatever. And so he can get into combat right now, so that's what we're going to have him do. And he's going to jump straight into the melee. This gent, let's see if he can fire around. He can, with 29% accuracy, which is not so good. But it's something. At least we can take a shot of some kind. And so, this guy I'm going to move right to there, just to kind of bait a hit, maybe. This guy I'll move to there. This shooter should be able to get that one from there. And the misses in this game are a little out of control. That's another thing that I found to be slightly obnoxious is I don't like it when strategy games give you like a 70% chance to hit, but you miss like every single time, so you know clearly it's not 70%. Like it needs to recalculate. But anyways, we've gained ourselves a little ground from the people trying to pincer us at the moment, and we are going to take damage here though, which is not so good. But yeah, he's going to waste his stun right there. That's fine. He used the stun on somebody that... You know, he could have picked a better target for that stun, but we're going to live with it for now. Is he trying to... He made that... Oh my god, movement is out of control. Like, there's no reason you should be able to move that many hexes. It just kind of cheapens the gameplay, in my opinion. Now, for her, we're going to have her kick this dude and then run for it. So, she kicked him out of the way and then ran. And so, over here, we're going to have our fighter... stand tall, I think. God, this is actually not going well for us. We want to force all of their shooters into melee. And then from there we have a blocked shot. Okay, so let's... I don't know if I should have him stand his ground or if I should have him come over here and turn around. Let's go ahead and we're going to have him move to here. And what we'll do is we'll have him stun this guy. There we go. And so that'll take him out of commission slightly. And then from there, I don't know if I should risk another shot, to be honest. They missed quite spectacularly last time, and I don't really like that. I mean, we need to start making shots. If we don't... There we go. I was going to say, this game can be won or lost in single missed shots, which can definitely be a frustrating feature. Now, he's going to probably fall... What is... Okay, well, I guess their doctor's going to run away. I figured their doctor would be better off right here in the combat healing people, but that works for me. I'm not going to complain. Getting shot from behind from right there. Probably going to lose our man-at-arms. Oh, they have 2 fighters over there. God. Okay, so we've pretty much lost this fight already. I can virtually assure you that we've lost. Unless we get just intensely lucky. We're not... They have more guys than we do, so... If we can... deal a strike right here. Okay, so we've evened it out a tad, but we're still in a less than satisfactory situation. So let's draw them back to here. This gent Just inflict as much damage as you possibly can, I suppose. I almost am tempted to bait the attack of opportunity to get away, but unfortunately the problem with that is that melee attacks have a 0% chance to miss in this game, so it's not really a situation of hedging your bets versus what'll happen. It's more of a situation of eat a hit to walk away. So in D&D, you could bait the attack of opportunity because it could miss. I probably should have left him on a defensive bent. Oh, that one's gonna... What is he doing? He could have finished a unit right there. That was a horrible tactical misstep. Oh, that's what he's doing. I was gonna say, I expected a bit more severity and ruthlessness, but I guess I don't know who I should go after here. I think I'm gonna go after this guy to get him off my range, because my range guys are more or less kind of victims in this situation unless I can pull this back. Now with these guys here, let me see what I can do. If I can get a shot off on him... Okay, so maybe I said that combat was going to end too early. I don't like to throw in the towel, but sometimes I tend to see the writing on the wall, even though it may not be there. Now, let's go ahead, and I don't really know who I should fire at here. Their doctor's probably not going to do much good at this point. I'm just going to fire at this gent. That probably wasn't the best decision, but you had to waste the shot on somebody, so we'll move her down to there. And then I think that is more or less everybody. And so really what I could do is step back in right there and make it so he can't fire a shot. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to block his shot. And so the doctor shot us, which is kind of a dick move, but I guess doctors do give shots though, so it works out. We're going to lose 2 people in this endeavor though, so the next couple days are going to be rough for us around the camp because there's not going to be a lot of things that we can complete. We're going to step to there, and we're going to continue focusing as best as possible on units that we think we can isolate and destroy. Oh, that miss, come on. The misses are just out of control in this game. And so, yeah, I can tell you what's going to happen in the next turn. Doctor's going to heal him. We're going to lose this unit, and so actually our victory is not yet decided. So we'll see what happens. Yep, there it is. And so he's going to attack there. Oh, he couldn't attack? Weird. Okay. Well, that was a weird shot choice too. And so here we have to get rid of an enemy unit, and so I'm going to kick right here just to get you the hell away. And to guarantee this kill, I'm going to run into melee and stab this guy. There we go. So just shiv a bitch right now. This unit is going to fall back. God, we're in trouble. So it's an even fight right now with a little bit of damage dealt to them, giving us a slight advantage. Like, just a non-existent advantage, but this is a tense fight. He's going to tactically move. Interesting. That's fine. That's actually good. That shot missed, so at least luck works for them like it works for me, because that's a major problem for them. And so we will stab there. We will stab here. I wish I would kick again. Actually, yeah, let's kick again. Let's force him to be back a little bit, because the knife damage does basically the same amount anyways, so you might as well give ourselves a little bit of range on this gent. This guy isn't upgraded, otherwise I would have stunned him, which gives us a much better chance to hit him. That was I don't know what this doctor's doing. Just like tactically moving all over the place. And the tactical move, as you recall, we talked about it in one of the earlier episodes, but the tactical move... There we go. The tactical move basically allows you to move through attacks of opportunity. Alright, so we've got this one in the bag. It was close though, and we've got a lot of wounded, so the next couple of days are going to be pretty tense. They're going to be pretty tense, but that one was rough. And like I said, this game is going to constantly challenge you, so I tend to be one of those people that's like, oh, woe is me, all is lost, but I'm glad we stuck that one out instead of retreating, because you can retreat down here, this little white flag. You lose a ton of resources though, and we really had to succeed at this fight because we're carrying so much gold with us. We have almost 5,000 gold in our bags. If we had lost this fight, it would have been just a mess. So anyways, let's go ahead and pass this turn. We'll wrap up this combat, and then we'll get back and see what the traitorous guard captain has to say to us. Let me move the one that's further away first. That seems to be the best plan of action here. I don't think we're going to kill this unit on this turn. I wish that we would. We may actually lose this guard too. He's got 13 health. It's going to be really, really close. And so the knife damage, I think, was like 17. Oh, attack of opportunity. So they decided to do something stupid and throw his life away. So we have a number of wounded people. Another side effect is that when people get wounded, they lose some of their equipment. It gets damaged. And so the battle is over. So at least we didn't fail there. We didn't falter. And so the rebels have our men outnumbered, even though we hold our ground against the attackers until every last one of them is eliminated. We pick over the bodies, we salvage a bit of usable equipment, a day's rations, and a fair bit of gold. So 6 equipment to balance out the 3 we lost, 8 rations, and 150 gold. And so that's actually pretty stellar. I'm happy with that result. So let's head back to town and see if we can catch this traitorous lady about her. I was going to say this traitorous bitch, but I don't want... Yeah, this traitorous lady. We're going to keep it classy because people in this time period... I don't know, they seem kind of classy, but we do need to assign doctors to all of our people, and so let's go ahead and assign... I mean, I'm glad that this is another reason I don't bring doctors into combat, because imagine, if you will, that both of my doctors went into that combat and they both got incapacitated. That means I would be forced with one character to try and treat everyone. And so we have enough medicine, 72, and so we'll camp, and people's conditions have improved. We lost 24 medicine, though, so we may want to get more the next time we're in town with our gold. But... let's see if we can get back to Santiago de Caballeros right now. And so there we are. So let's go check the lady's house and see what's going on here. We return to her home, and a group of our troops search her front door, or approach the front door cautiously, with our hands on the hilts of our swords. We knock and nobody answers. Kick down the door! We personally break down Leandra's door with one powerful kick of our boot, enjoying the feeling of wood crumbling underfoot. A quick check of each room makes it clear that she's vacated the premises. Her Spartan interior offers no clues as to where her allegiance, her plans, or her current whereabouts may be. And so the neighbors inform us that she left yesterday with most of her company, and they seem distressed that she left the town undefended save for the militia she and her troops helped train. And she got the better of us this time. Alright, well, let's go to the market. Here at the market, we're going to see what we can isolate. So they've restocked their food. However, their medicine is in short supply. So if luck does not favor us, we may not be able to heal all of our guys. However, rations are in high demand. How much gold can we get per rations? 100 gold per rations. I was kind of trying to do a little bit of EVE Online or maybe X3 trading in between locations. If you guys have never played X3, X3 is a ridiculously complicated space sim. You should check it out, though, if you're into that sort of thing. If you play EVE, I guarantee you'll like X3. It takes a long time to get into. It helps to play with spreadsheets and so forth, but it's still a fun... Is that a graveyard right there? Huh. Well, I'm not going to investigate the graveyard. We're just going to head back. And so let's make sure everybody's still getting healed, doing their thing. What are our chances here? We're on a road, and so... Well, we're not consuming many rations, so that's fine. We lost 18 medicine. Rita Martinez has recovered completely from her injuries, and everybody else has improved. So we may cut this one close, but we are going to need to buy more medicine, or at least find some plants on our way back home. One of the two. One of those two options has to be taken care of, so we'll see what works here and what doesn't work. And so... How's our tinkering going, by the way? Okay, we've got about 7 days left until... we have things handled. We can put her back on guard patrol so that things don't get stolen. And we have another person who's recovered completely. We gained 9 meat from our hunt, and we lost 11 medicine from healing people. I'm going to break off the beaten track a little bit here on our way back to our hometown to see if we can locate anything of use out here in the hills, because the medicine I do want to keep in stock. If people get wounded and you don't have medicine, you can't heal them, and actually their situation gets worse and eventually they die permanently, and so you really want to avoid that situation. That final person's getting stitched up. Harmless lacerations, and yet she can do nothing. That seems to be a bit of a laziness issue on my half, but whatever. At least from my view, but luckily we found a bunch of herbs here, so that's going to be our gathering for the day. We'll grab those. There we are. And so 26 more herbs is going to turn into 26 more provisions. We're not going to be able to make it to that well in time, so let's just go back and we'll head for the village. I need to check my camp here. Let's see. Herbalism? Yeah, let's send some people to do herbalism, because 26 medicine could be the difference between life and death for us later. We'll put her back on patrol, so we have at least somebody on patrol. And everything's good, and we did catch meat, even though we had a high chance of failure. Now, once the card is done, you'll see that we have a lot more movement going on. Additionally, I need to assign some experience points, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Let's see. Oh, there's a peccary over there. So let's go ahead and take the peccary. We'll camp, and we got enough food for the evening. And before we retire for the night, we inspect our carts. We find 500 valuables missing. Furious, we line up all the servants and demand to know who's been stealing from us, but nobody admits the misdeed. Now, this is another reason that I picked the servants over the slaves. Earlier on in the series, we had the opportunity to either have slave porters, which were free, or we had servant porters, who cost money. I spent the 300 gold to get the servant porters for just this reason. Now, if the slaves steal from you, you can't use a leadership check to fix that. You just have to basically kill them all, which is both ethically awful and is just a situation I prefer to avoid. And so using leadership, we're going to appeal to their loyalty. And so we enter a rousing speech about the value of loyalty and personal responsibility. They are clearly affected, and you inwardly thank yourself that we insisted on only using paid help for our expedition. Once you finish speaking, they step forward. It was Gabriela Ibarra. We've seen her sneaking around near several of the carts, and check her tent. The stolen items will be there. We check the tent and find that it is absolutely true. The valuables are there. And so she returns from patrol right as we make this discovery. Del Splatter, what? She sees the stolen goods in your hands and says, I can explain. Well, by all means, go for it. It's not going to help, but go for it. Execution! And so she says she needs the money. It's for her family back home. They live in squalor, and you pay us so little. Enough of your excuses, hideputa. You are a thief. Google that one. Anyways, she hangs her head into shame. Then what will become of me, Your Grace? Now, we have the opportunity to banish her right now. We can say, get the hell out. But since I've leveled her up already, I'm actually going to put her on toilet duty. In certain situations, it would be beneficial for us to kick her out, because then we have less supplies to deal with. Then again, we would be losing a hunter, and so let's see if we can grab this peccary on the way home. And with no warning, Alejandro Pintado appears to be suddenly swallowed by the earth, but right before your eyes. Juan Ortega, walking beside him, barely has time to stop before taking one step to the side and disappearing to the ground as well. Yikes. Flailing their arms wildly and shouting for help, everyone is panicked. Somebody shouts, Quicksand. We get a length of rope from the carts. After what seems like far too long, we bring a rope. Both of the unfortunate people are alive, but barely have their heads above the filthy sludge. We'll rescue Ortega because we've leveled him. And so Juan Ortega grabs the lifeline, and we drag him out. And then we throw it to Pintada. We've leveled him too, but the warrior is more useful. So once they are all safe and on stable ground, we notice that he swallowed a lot of sand and dirt, and it'll be sick for a couple days. And so he is out of the running, which makes these peccaries even more valuable to us. So let's grab them for the extra food stuffings. I love stuffing. By the way, that is my favorite part of Thanksgiving, or whatever your cultural feast is. Like, every single group of people has their own yearly feast where you just eat a ton of food with your family. Mine is Thanksgiving because I'm in the United States, but I know not everybody celebrates that. So whatever your particular delicious feast is. Now, we have to heal somebody. Let's see here. Who's beat up? Juan Ortega's okay. So we're going to put him back on guard duty. And then there he is. And so he's moderately diseased. I'm going to assign myself to heal him. The reason being is because that leaves those two available to take part in tasks throughout the course of the day. We're not going to hunt. There's no point. The hunting chance is very, very low here, so we'll just leave everybody doing their thing. I mean, we can send one person out, I guess. I don't know. Oh, we got 2 meat out of it, so that's not so bad. The guards allowed 5 oil to be stolen, though, which kind of sucks. Oil's probably useful for good traps later, but what can you do? And so Pintado has gotten a little bit better, and he looks like he'll recover sooner than expected and saves us medication. That's amazing. And so going back to town now, we're going to let the mayor know that we took care of the problem, but for right now, I have to go visit family. And so I'm going to break this episode off a tad early. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time here in the Nerd Castle. It's always fun hanging out with you guys and playing some video games. So I will see you there, and take care out there, everybody.